Now, this is very controversial for some reason. It kind of reminds me of the 90s when you had two sides of the same issue. Now you just have the truth and misinformation. But again, this takes me back to the 90s because you have a couple of people that are thinking that what the mother did is being possessive. She is being possessive of her child. Mothers should not be possessive. And the other group, which myself included, I'm thinking that the mother actually did a good thing. So the reason for this is that we're talking about a 14-year-old girl with 1.7 million followers. Why do you think they were following her? Did she discover some brand new philosophy that people wanted to hear? Did she found a new religion and people wanted to get the news on how to receive the rapture? Why do you guys think 1.7 million people were following a 14-year-old girl on social media? Big brain think, I know. Maybe it was her classmates and close friends, right? Come on, we're all adults here. We know. We know why this happens. We understand the internet. So I don't think that the mother did something wrong. Apparently, the mom said that I don't think it's healthy, even for an adult, much less for a teenager, to base her self-discovery on online feedback. I mean, think about it. You're going to act like a diva if you go online and you have 1.7 million followers. But secondly, let's talk about something that I experienced in my life. And I used to have this girlfriend who was very hot. I mean, she was unbelievably beautiful. Way out of my league. But for some reason, we hooked up. And I noticed that she's only awake during the night. Like a lady of the night. And whenever I asked her to do something during the day, she was sleeping. Now, it was weird because she was at the university. So, eventually, I say that something is fishy, and if she doesn't want to talk to me, then I guess that's it, yeah. So she eventually asks me out. We go to a park, because we didn't have money, or at least I didn't at the time. And she tells me that she's doing video chat. So, I've been dating this girl for, I believe it was like 2 weeks, and I had no idea about this. But, I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous. It's not like I was planning to marry her. So, hey, I kept doing it. And eventually, after 1 month or so, the financial argument hit. And she said that she is making, at the time, it was like $10,000 per month. How much will I, as a doctor, make? And she was completely right. I mean, I was BTFO'd by facts. Facts and logic came right in, and they didn't care about my feelings. So I decided to part ways after that conversation because, I realized that I would never manage to impress her with my lowly income as a doctor. But what I'm trying to go with this is that I looked her up on Facebook recently because I was curious. New Year's, I wanted to see what most of my acquaintances were doing. She's not doing very well. And financially, I mean. Probably not happily either. You see, when she was young, she could do what she did, but apparently Father Time is not a very generous Lord. And Father Time giveth, but Father Time mostly taketh. And right now, she works as a cleaning lady. So, what I'm going with this is that when you're popular at 14 years old and you have 1.7 billion followers, like eventually you will manage to transform that into cash. OnlyFans exists, and you have another website which is far more depraved than OnlyFans, that is called Twitch. So you can transform those 1.7 billion followers into cash, no problem. And the issue with this is that once you start making a lot of money, especially at a young age like that, you're not going to consider going to a university or even getting any other long sustainable job. I'm not going to say real job. Real job is what gets you money. But something that offers you a long-term plan. And you can ruin your life like that. So I understand why the mother decided to step in. But I also understand why other people are saying that the mother shouldn't step in, because again, it depends like how much money she's making. What if she would have managed to become rich, become like Pokemon, and become a multimillionaire with contracts from Disney? But that is a possibility. So even though I don't agree with that point of view, it does exist. So I can see why that girl could have been resentful. Who knows? Who knows? But what I do know is that she is 14. And when you're 14, you listen to your parents. I know that we live in a society now where in Germany they're talking about giving 14-year-olds the right to vote. I don't think they should have the right to vote. I think they have the right to go to school. Or at least skip school. And get to see world famous leaders and politicians and actors like Greta Thunberg. Apparently that's what happens when you skip school. But I digress. Apparently the mother considers this to be radical but necessary. When there are 2 millions you've never seen in your life thinking that they know you, it's even more dangerous. It is easy to lose yourself. Again, this is the picture of the lady, right? Do you honestly think those 2 billion people were there because they were curious about her opinions on the logistical crisis in the United States? Or maybe they were curious about what she thinks about Bolsonaro's environmental policy. Yeah. So, apparently, mothers agreed with her. Teenagers thought that she is possessive. Dude, look at this facial expression. This is like a lady that should go into politics. It looks like she's happy to see the taxpayer. Anyway, she's now unsure if she will go to social media. I'll choose. At the moment, I don't want to. She says it's going to be something that's only going to get in my way, and it will make it worse, she says. So apparently she agrees with the mother. So look at the comment section here. Rubbish! You can't delete anyone's account without their permission. And if she did actually manage, it's as easy as blinking an eye to reactivate any account. If you're 14 and your mom deletes your account, I guess the social media company could reactivate your account if they want a lawsuit and a major scandal. So, like, even if you don't win the lawsuit, like, let's say you have a child and you delete that account and they remake that account, right? Like, they talk with the moderator and they get the account back. You can sue the company. Now, even if you lose, it doesn't matter. Like, the company will take a PR hit. Especially now with the Facebook whistleblower. It's like, oh my God, Instagram is ruining the lives of little girls. And okay, yeah. They're going to settle. So I don't think corporations, especially with a high-profile case like this, where it's in the media, they know who this lady is, right? And it's highly unlikely that they will give her back the account. But secondly, I mean, if you live with your parents and they tell you you're not allowed to have an Instagram account, like, are you going to remake it? Of course, your mom will see it, right? Because she probably knows how to use technology. It's not like she's a boomer. Like, she knows that you reactivated it and you're going to get into trouble. I mean, are people really against parenting nowadays? I mean, it used to be the expression that the egg teaches the chicken, you know, like sarcastic. It's like, is the egg teaching the chicken? Or we have another expression in Romania. Are you trying to teach dad how to have kids? Yeah, like what? Apparently. This happens in progressive societies. It's the children that are enlightened and they educate the parents. A classical case where the parent can't adjust to modern life and thinks gun rules apply here and now. Let me tell you something about parents who can't adjust to social life. Most of the parents that operate big social media companies, so people like Bill Gates, for example, and I think it was Steve Jobs, they didn't let their kids have iPhones and tablets and stuff until they grew up. And I think if they did that, and that's how they educated their kids, I think they might know something. But there's also people who are congratulating this lady for being a good mom. Again, I can't really weigh in that heavily because I don't know the daughter. I don't know the conversations that happened in that household. I genuinely don't know the type of person she is. But it is scary, right? It is scary because, again, you can be very successful on social media. You can have 2 million followers and you can choose not to go to a university, not to take your studies seriously, and then you get banned. Then you get into a controversy, or maybe people leave you, or you get a boyfriend, and all those 1.7 million followers go away. And then what do? Then you're going to be in a very, very dark place, right? But let me know what you guys think. Do you think the mother did right or not? I'll see you in the comment section, and I'm curious about your reply.